What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Anime, welcome back to the channel. Okay, I've got a video for you guys today. I was actually just sort of sat here watching a film and browsing through the Platinum Trading Center, or the auction over here. And I thought to myself, well, I might as well make a video and show you guys what I've been up to. Hopefully give you a couple of tips that will help you sort of understand it a little bit more. I mean, from my point of view, I also do play another game that I don't sort of share with anyone else, just to say. I don't make videos on it. It's called Arcane Legends, and the only reason why I play that is because there's a big world trade market on there, and I buy and sell vanities, items, stuff like that all the time, and that's what I do. I just enjoy that aspect of the game. So when something like this appears in Clash of Kings, I'm like, let's get in, mate. So last night I was prattling around, managed to sell a few items, got some platinum, as you can see here. And managed to get rid of a few items. Now I'm going to show you how to sell, how to buy, and a few little tips from myself, you know, to you guys. So hopefully it will just sort of help you out. Okay, my first tip to you before I tell you how to sell stuff is take the time to browse through the auction itself. Have a look at the items that are available, have a look at the stats, and sort of try to pay attention to the prices. You know, like, for example, this particular one we're looking at here, I wouldn't purchase it personally. It's 7,600 platinum. It's it's basically £1 for 1,000 platinum if you really want to go and purchase some up here. That's totally up to you. Press this button and whoops, it brings up the options there, and you can purchase platinum, or you can just use your head, sell some of the stuff you've got, make platinum and reinvest it back in and buy some other arrays, which is exactly what I've done, and I'll show you how I've done that. Okay, so yeah, take the time, go through, check out what's available, check out the stats, think about in your head what you want to be aiming for. Maybe it's an infantry, maybe it's a cavalry based, maybe you want to go for offensive damage or health. You know, there's defensive damage. Ideally, you want to be looking for a gold array. You don't want to be buying any purple, blue, or green. It's just for me, to you guys, I think it's just a fucking waste. You know. Okay, so we got that covered. How to sell your arrays. If you go over to My Trade, you have in front of you 6 slots. There will be 5. You need to open another one with 100 platinum. Next one costs 200 platinum. I can only assume 3, 4, 5, maybe from then onwards. And this is how many sort of auction slots that you've got available. Okay, so the ones that I'm currently selling at the moment, I actually sold a few purple ones last night. So surprisingly enough, people are actually buying them. And I would have said from my experience from you guys is, if you are to sell a purple one, it would be somewhere in the region between 300 and 600. I reckon is a reasonable price. And that's just from experience of what I'm looking at. Again, you know, things can change. Markets fluctuate, so who knows? But basically, the only purple ones I would really consider selling are ones with potential stats on, decent stats. As you can see, the Siege one has got Siege Engine Attack. If nobody buys it, I don't really care. You know, it's just sitting there waiting to get sold. Okay, so basically you find one, go through. When I talk about orange stats, okay, this one here, you've got a purple one with an orange stat on, right? If this purple one had, I don't know, defensive damage reduction 2.8% in gold, I would think to myself, that might sell. Maybe someone out there who's looking for a full purple set with Siege or Archer, you know, and that particular stat, I'll stick it in the auction for 300-400, and I'll wait to see if it sells. That's my mentality in regards to purple. Anything else, I don't even know. You can try. It's all about trying, really. You know, fail or win, it doesn't really matter. It's all about learning from your mistakes, as to say. Now, the gold ones, you have to sort of really use your head and think to yourself, you know, how much is that going to be worth? I've seen people sell, you know, take this for example, and it's got one orange stat, and they're trying to sell it for 9,999 platinum coins. Like, that's basically 1,000 quid. Like, you honestly think that someone's going to purchase that? I have seen other ones in here with 4 orange stats, 3 orange stats for around 100,000 coins. To someone who someone may consider that a great deal, and they may purchase that. Here's one here, for example. That's quite a fat defensive damage reduction and defensive damage bonus. You think about it, that's just from one slot in an array. You get 4 or 5 looking like that. You're laughing, literally laughing on the stats. You know what I mean? That is basically, I don't know, if we're going to turn it into cash value, it's 181 quid if you were going to buy that in coins, or 181,000 platinum coins. So yeah, just look at the value. My mentality is, I look at anything from about 10,000 down, because I can actually get what I consider half decent arrays for a small price and a low price, and I'll show you how I did that. Okay, so we've got the covered of the selling. Basically, you select this, select whichever one you want. Now you've got fixed price. That will be basically a price for a person to buy the array outright and not fuck around with all the bidding, or you can select a bidding price, which is where the bidding will start at, and then people will bid on top of that. Don't bother selecting anything less than 48 hours, because at the moment it doesn't seem like there's any service charge, maybe because it's recently just opened. But good sell tax 5%, so that tells me that on every transaction, as to say if someone purchases one of yours, they take 5% of that. So, you know, that's what they're gaining on it, which is funny. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. So that's basically how you sell. So go through, try it out, trial and error at the end of the day. These ones are available that I'm trying to sell. Now, Golden Heaven, Wings of Heaven chest. This stuff is needed to build T14 troops. Now, I have quite a bit of it, and also in items. Now, you may ask me why this is here, because if you have a look at the product auction and look at Feather of Heavens, there wasn't actually any available, right? And from my experience of market trading, if there's nothing in the auction, you make the price, unless you know it's of the previous price, as to say, you know, but there just happens to be none of that particular item available. So I went over here, I saw there's none available. There was none available yet last night. So my thinking is, let's throw that out there, see if anybody bites. If it happens to sell, I'll sell it at that price again. If it doesn't, maybe knock 25% off the price and put it back out there. But nobody seems to be selling them. I'm not sure. I'm just, my market auctioneer's mentality is just like, you know, I lose nothing and I've got everything to gain from it. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm trying to sell those. Probably won't sell, but it's whatever. I'm just trying to learn from it. Okay, so now we've got selling and everything. It's very simple. You know, pick the array that you want, go through here, and then just sell it. As simple as that. Okay, purchasing arrays from here. Whether you buy platinum or whether you sell stuff, you will have your platinum total amount at the top. Heads up, this might be a bit of a long-winded video, but I hope it helps. Anyway, so bottom right-hand corner, refresh button, and that will just refresh the page and bring you up a new set of stuff that people are basically selling. Now, my point of view, I am looking at infantry, and I'm also looking at the stat on that particular infantry array to be defensive damage reduction. Now, I picked up two infantry ones after browsing through here for probably about an hour and marking stuff, because what you can do, a little tip, is, say for example, go, oh, there's a siege engine one there. Obviously, I wouldn't go for that. There's 34 hours. Now, I don't want to bid, because you really want to be saving your bids to the last, you know, to find out, because nobody's bidded on that at the moment, which is obvious. But what you can do, on each one, there's a little star. So you press that star, star off, star on, come over to my trade and my bids, and you will see down here the siege that I've just started. So basically, you can keep an eye on stuff. And as you can see in front of me, I am currently keeping an eye, like on eBay when you watch stuff, you know, on stuff that's currently getting bidded. A lot of it's under 10k, which is what I'm looking at. Infantry health, infantry defense, you see there. Defensive damage reduction, that's for almost 5%. 12,800 outright. I know I've only got 6,000 coins, but it's 8. Is anyone bidding on it? Nobody's bidded on it yet. And there's 33 hours left. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on that, because at the end of the day, I've managed to earn these coins for free, and I've already bought 2 arrays. So for 9,000 coins, if nobody bids on it, I could, for 3 quid, I could put my hand in my pocket and I could buy that and get 5% defensive damage reduction. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just a fat, nice little bonus right there. Okay, so these are the ones that I'm looking at. Again, star, star the thing, and you can just keep an eye on it. Two options: you can either bid or you can purchase the array outright. A cavalry one that I'm looking at here at the moment, again, defensive damage reduction. He wants 10,000 fixed price, but it's only at 3891, 3 hours left, but there has been people bidding on it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just keeping an eye on it. 10 past 5. That was literally like 20 minutes ago. So the last bid went in 20 minutes ago, and it does appear that this person who's got the little tail next to their name, he bidded it 1647, and then again someone bid over top of him. So there's two people keeping an eye on this. So you just have to keep that mentality in mind. I could just fucking both and go over and pay 10k and buy it, but at the end of the day, it's not that important to me, so I'm just keeping an eye on it. If I think that I can just sneak in there with a quick bid and snatch it up, that's exactly what I'll do. So that gives you a bit of an idea of there. Okay, two things that I've purchased, my bids recently, are these two infantry arrays right here. The bidding price was 672 and the outright price was 1200. I didn't fuck around, I just brought that for 1200 platinum straight up. Now the next one down, I kept an eye on, fixed price 12,000. I paid 3,600 for the bidding, and those two infantry arrays are these two. Right, ignore that catapult one. I was dicking around. It's got defensive damage on it. This one here was the one that cost me 3,200, whatever it was. Not a great one, admittedly, but I wanted the defensive damage reduction. Again, it may get traded up in the future, or it may get merged. I may use it for something else. But for 3,200 coins, 3,600, whatever it was, I thought that was not a bad idea. No one really contested on the bidding, so I got away with it. And the other one was this one here, which I thought was quite a fatty, considering I paid, what was it, 1,000 platinum. I paid 99p less, cheaper on Aptoide, by the way. By the time I got it to level 30, I get 9% infantry attack, 5.4% infantry defense, marching speed, whatever. Infantry crit damage, that one's almost maxed out, 9.46. And infantry health, that's almost maxed out at 5.89, because that's maxed out at 6 and 10 and 6 again. Do you see what I'm saying? And I paid 1,000 platinum for that. 99p. Do you know what I mean? And that filled a perfect spot right here and gave me some really fat bonuses. So if you take the time and browse through, like at the moment I've been watching a film and I've just been going like going through, oh look, there's one up there, T10 level of shield, nothing really that I'm looking for. That's too expensive, really. This one's got infantry health. No, I want... See, again, you could also go for... Not obviously, I'm talking about defensive, but you could also go for offensive. So, having a look around here... See, that one there... Again, the stats not great, but if you needed another gold infantry to make a +6 set or a +8 set, for a very cheap price, you could fill that slot. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just a case of actually looking around. Ideally, you really want one with an orange stat on, because that's always better. I mean, that is not bad, right? So you've got the fixed infantry stat right there at the top, is at currently 0.4%. That's because it's at level 1, right? You've got infantry reinforcement defense, 2.39%. That's okay. Infantry defense, 5.8. Infantry attack, 4.83. And almost just short of 5% infantry health. 4,766. Fixed price 15. Obviously bear that in mind. Has anyone bidded on this? Nobody's bidded on it. There's 46 hours. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to star that. And then that will put it over here in my bids. And then what I can do is keep an eye on it. You see? It is as simple as that. And then just keep going through. There are so much. Look at this one here. This one's probably a fay. Yeah, look at this. Offensive damage in infantry basic defense. 3 orange basic ones there. 179,000. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, turning that into cash, that's 179 quid. Sorry, So you just have to think about it like that. If you can get maybe one with a double orange, maybe. Purple and orange is what you're looking at. See that? I wouldn't say that's overpriced. It's all right. My mistake. So obviously bear that in mind when you're trying to sell as well. Like, you know, do you really want to be wasting your auction slots, putting in ridiculous prices, hoping for a 1 in a million chance of someone buying it? Probably not. The only people who are really going to be spending in this game of a high price, you know, are... That's not too bad. 8,000. Yeah, I could get it better than that. You know, are obviously spenders, and most people aren't that stupid to pay 9,999 coins for a fucking shitter raid. Do you know what I'm saying? So just be smart, pay attention, and just learn it, really. Browse through. The more you look at stuff, the more you will understand it, and it will just become a lot easier to you guys. Infantry basic. I wouldn't mind an infantry basic attack one, actually. Offensive damage for archer-based players, a reduction that is. That's almost just short. That's 9% there, 9.5%. But that's 82 quid, you know. So yeah. Other than that, I could just spend fucking ages in it, just refreshing it and looking at stuff and keeping an eye, because this is parts of, you know, this is why I play the other game. I just love trading in the market. It's great fun. So yeah, other than that, I hope this video helped out. Apologies, a bit of a long one, but there was sort of a little bit to cover in there. So any questions, queries, comments, slap a thumbs up on the video if you can. I'm Mr. Random. Hope you guys are staying safe, and I will catch you peeps later.